Okay, so in this one, we are supposed to calculate the average collection period. Now, in order to calculate the average collection period, we first need to calculate the receivable turnover ratios. One, we have 2 years data. In order to do that, we need an average of accounts receivable. So, in order to calculate the average receivables, what we will do, we will plus both of them, so 1200 plus 950 and divided by 2. The average receivables amount is coming 1075. The receivable turnover ratio will therefore be sales divided by the average receivable, so that is 8000 divided by 1075. This is the receivable turnover ratio. So if we calculate this, 8000 divided by 1075, the answer is coming 7.44. Now once we have the receivable turnover ratio, in order to calculate the average collection period, we will have to calculate the we will simply have to divide, because I have told you 365. So what you will do now is you will take 365 and divide it by 7.44. This will give you the average collection period, which is coming out to be 49.05. So D is the correct answer. Now moving ahead, remember in all the receivable turnover ratios, you will have to do the same thing. You will have to take the average, because 2 years data is given to you. So firm's inventory turnover ratio, in order to calculate this, okay, I'm just going to take it like this. So in order to calculate this, it's too thick. It will be cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. So in order to take the average, you will do the same thing. So I'm just going to write it together. The inventory turnover ratio is cost of goods sold 5260 divided by average inventory. So over here you will have 1240 plus 1500 and divided by 2. This is the numerator and the below part is the denominator. If you solve this, your answer should come 3.15. The next one requires you to calculate the fixed asset turnover. So let's see. We have sales of 8 million and the fixed assets amount is, here we go. So you will have to take an average of both of this, that means plus, and divided by 2, and you have sales of this much. So if we write it together in one equation, that will be 8000 divided by 3200 plus 3000 and divided by 2. This is what you need to do in the denominator, and our answer is coming 2.58. So 2.58 is the correct answer. 2.58. Next. In the next question, you are supposed to calculate the firm's asset turnover. So asset turnover means total asset turnover. Sales is 8 million and the total assets that we have are, so this will be 8 million, which is the sales, divided by 6440 plus 5500 divided by 2. Note that I am not taking 3 zeros at each and every place. So if you want, you can ignore the 3 zeros, and if you want, you can take the whole value as well. So the asset turnover ratio is coming 1.34. There. Next page. Okay, so the next one you need to calculate the return on equity. Return on equity will be net income divided by common equity. So net income is 660,000. Sorry, 660,000 and divided by equity. So equity is, sorry, over here. The total of both of these are your equity. You're not supposed to take liabilities in it. Okay, common stock and retained earnings together form your equity. So this will be net income, which is 660 divided by equity. So equity has both your common stock and your retained earnings. If you calculate this, your answer is coming 16.9%. So you will have 0.169, which means 16.9% is your return on equity. Next ratio is price to earning ratio. So price to earning ratio is market price divided by earning per share. If you look at the question, price is already given to you. This is the price, $40 each. You need to calculate the earning per share, which is net income divided by number of shares. So net income is 660,000 and the number of shares, you can see with common stock it's written bracket 130,000 shares. So this is the number of shares. So first you will have to calculate the earning per share, which is net income 660 divided by the number of shares, which is 130. You will get an EPS of, okay, wait, just let me calculate it. 5.0769. So this is the EPS, and you need to calculate the price earning ratio, which will be 40 divided by 5.0769. 5.07. Answer is coming 7.88. So B is the correct answer. Let's go to the next question. The next question asks you to calculate the market to book value. So again, the market price is given to you, and what you will have to calculate the book value, which is common equity divided by the number of shares. So if we calculate the book value, the book value will be common stock and retained earnings. So this is your common equity. Once again, 300 plus 3840, and you are going to divide it by the number of shares, which is 130. If you do this, you will get the book value amount. Then what you will have to do, you will have to calculate market to book value. So the market price is 40 and divided by the book value amount that you get from here, you will get the correct answer. And the correct answer for this one is 1.26. So this is the answer you should get. I haven't solved it because I want you to do it on your own. Next. Again, we have theory. What does time value of money indicate? In this, we have discussed that time, when you get the amount, when you get the money, is very important. So if you look at the options, it says a unit of money obtained today is worth more than a unit of money obtained in future. Doesn't this sound correct? A unit of money obtained today. So if you get money right now, let's say I've given you 1 rupees right now, it will have more value than 1 rupees given to you 10 years later, because with time the value of money deteriorates, right? Time value of money supports a comparison of cash flows recorded at different time period by. So over here we have discussed different kind of concepts. So discounting, compounding are both parts of time value of money. So it has to be either A or B. The correct answer is C. Relationship between annual nominal rate of interest and annual effective rate of interest. The frequency of compounding is greater than 1. So annual nominal rate is the annual percentage rate. It is another name for it. So annual percentage rate can be equal to the annual effective rate if the compounding period is 1. But if the compounding period is more than 1, the effective rate will always be greater than your nominal rate. The next question is, calculate the present value of 1000 to be received at the end of 8 years, assume an interest rate of 7%. So in this question, you need to do is you need to calculate the present value. So present value formula is this. Your future value over here is 1000, which will be received 8 years later. So you need to calculate the present value. That means you need to bring it back 8 years. The interest rate is 7% and power will be 8. The answer for this one is coming 582. So 582 is the correct answer. Save. Okay, so to increase a given present value, the discount rate should be adjusted. To increase a given present value, for this you can actually write down the present value formula if you are not sure. The present value formula is, now to increase a given present value, so you want to increase a present value, what will you have to do to the discount rate in order for that to happen? Look at the denominator. If the denominator increases, the present value will go down. You want to increase the present value, so you will have to reduce the denominator. That means the discount rate would we have to adjust it downwards for this to happen.